Hey guys, it's John again. In this video I'll be solving a simple or easy question for you, and I'm gonna create some playlist in my channel. I'll be showing you how I'm solving a simple, medium or hard questions, and maybe it can be helpful for you to practice it. So right now let's go back to the screen and let's see the question. So the question is, we are going to implement a class which is student grade that generates a random number between 50 and 100. For a student grade, determines the letter grade. So student grade is determined based on the following criteria. So there is a criteria which is if the grade is between 90 to 100, it's going to be A, 80 to 89, it's going to be B, 70 to 79, it will be C, and 60 to 69, it will be D. If it's less than 60, it's going to be F. So let's read the next line. You can use the following statement to generate a random number between 50 and 100. So there is a code line that will help us to generate a random number, which is using the math library and random method. So it says also it gives us advice, actually use a loop to generate 5 random grades and output the letter grade for each. The output of your program should be similar to like this. Okay, that will be perfect. So we read the whole question and let's code right now. First of all, I already create a new class which is student grade. The name of the class is which student grade. I always try if everything works, I'm just like printing a line. I put a sign here. So first of all, let's get the random number, right? Let me just copy this code and put it here, and let's see if it's working. Just gonna take this number and gonna see if it's working. Okay, let's see the grade. So right now it's 60. If I click one more time, it's 50, it's 64, 85. Okay, it works really cool. And then let's decide which conditional statement are we gonna use in this problem: if else or switch case. So I'll be using if else statements because switch case is not correct option for that, because it's actually willing us to do between two numbers, and switch case is not a really good way to decide what I'm gonna do, you know. Let's use the if else statements. Okay, so I'm gonna create an if else syntax here. So how do you write if else syntax? I already showed you in the videos that I teach you the Java fundamentals, but let me show you again. So if else statements we are writing like this: if the grade is greater or equals than 90 and grade is also less than 100, we are gonna write student grade is grade and which is A. Let's copy that. If grade is greater than 80 between 89, we're gonna write B. Then let me just copy that one. We're gonna put 70 to 79. That's how it works, and that will be C. And also if it's between 60 to 69, that will be D. Other case, it will be F, right? So let's see if everything is working. Let me just create this one. So the student grade is 62, student grade is 62, which is D. Let me check one more time. Is 99, which is A, is 65, which is D, 52, which is F. That's really cool. That's actually the problem. We already solved it. But the first part of solved it. Okay, so right now it says the second part of the problem. Use a loop to generate 5 random grades and output the letter grade for each. Right now we are going to use a for loop. So when you write for loop, you should initialize and you should create a condition, and then the loop is going to run. So first of all, int I, it will start from 1, and if it's less than 5, less or equals than 5, we don't need to do any other thing. I'm gonna take this code, or maybe we can, but I'll be showing that one later. I'm gonna take this code, I copied already, and paste it here. So this loop is going to be turned for 5 times, we are sure. And let's see the grades every time the loop return. Right here, this grades, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, like this. I just want to see something like this, you know, see the grade here. Okay, that looks cool. Let's run that loop for 5 times. So grade 1 is 98, grade 1 is 9, which is A. Grade 2 is 72, grade 3 is 83, 84, grade 4 is 52, and grade 5 is 83. So that's actually hold the problem. But let's improve maintainable part of that program, right? Actually, you can just send it like this. You can, you know, publish it like this, but let's improve the maintainable part of that program. So I'm gonna create a method. So the method will be taking those if else statements inside of it. How do you write that method? It's gonna return a string, right? And we'll be using that string inside of this. Let's copy all of the statements from here and write the method name find a grade, and this will be taking a parameter which is an integer as a grade, and also it will be returned. I'm just gonna put this one here, and I'm gonna take this string from here and we'll be putting that one here. So you'll see what I'm gonna do. This one should return A, this one should return B, this one should return C, this one should return D, and this one also F. So right now I'm gonna create a byte, or I'm gonna create a car grade letter, and it will be default F, and this grade letter will be A. I'm gonna change its value. This one will be B, this one will be C, this one will be D, and I don't need to write else anymore because it's already defined here as an F. And the return statement will be, the return string will be student grade is grade, which is take this from and put grade letter here, and let's put a dot in the end of the string. Right now we know the grade and everything, but let's take it from, let's call this function inside of the loop. I'm gonna just say string result, and it will be find a grade and send it by, and parameter passed by grade. Let's see the result right now. It's maintainable and readable code. Everything works clearly, beautiful. So how much you can improve this code? I'm just thinking about it. So as we know, the grade don't have to be integer, right? It can be byte, because we know that it is a number between 50 to 100, right? So we can just typecast it to byte. But right now, because of the math library's random function, this number will be returned int or double. But we can cast to byte and see what happens. Let's see the problem. Let's result again. Everything works clearly, but I'm just thinking like if it's a cool solution, because I gotta take the byte from here, and let me see if everything is good again. It looks nice. It looks really nice. We can do it maybe a different solution, but I'm not pretty sure. We can use it like with integer part, but for memory solutions, I'm not pretty sure, but it's already using the memory with the math random function here, because it's generating an integer after this function. Then I'm just typecasting that variable to byte. I'm not pretty sure if it's really makes sense or not, but you know, that was the best solution, I think so, if we are using the loop to generate 5 random grades. But maybe we can, and this will be the big O notation for that one. I'm pretty sure it will be, the worst case scenario will be big O. But actually I did a really cool thing with using the method at here. That's a really original solution, I think so. And I just think like this. But let's go to the ChatGPT and see what can I do for more performance. I'm just gonna take this code and send it to ChatGPT. Tell this, check this code out and tell me what can I do more for more performance. There are a few potential areas for optimization. Instead of using a switch statement to determine the letter grade, let me just see a clear area like this. You could use an array or a hash map to map a range of grades to their corresponding letter. This will eliminate the need of multiple conditional statements, which could improve the performance. It's right, we can use another data structure because we used a false statement here, but we can use a hash map or array, but it wants us to use loops. Instead of using the math random method generate random grade each iteration of the loop, you could use a pre-generated array of grades and randomly select one from the array for each iteration. That's really cool fact. It says we can create an array and it will be new int 4. Actually, there are gonna be 5 grades in it. And 5 grades in it, it's just telling us that you gotta add every number. Actually, we can just write it here like this, like 50, 51, 2, blah 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 blah, and 98, 99, 100. Then we have all the combinations. We are gonna just take one of the random index between this number. It can be a crazy solution because we don't want to use the math.random function here, because it's like the ChatGPT says, it can be overhead of calling math random repeatedly and may improve performance. That's really cool fact. Also, we can use a string builder class to concatenate the string values like this one. This is not a cool solution if you're if you are putting in a loop. So maybe we can just take a code from here. As you can see, this is returning a new string builder. We're gonna use that one. Can delete this one too right now. I set the string builder from, actually it says string builder can be replaced with string, but we don't want to replace it. It's a really cool solution, I think so. And we are taking the same output again, and this is a really cool thing. As you can see, this is a byte grade. I don't want to change this one, like the typecasting. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna use the integer still, and this will be also integer, but I'm not pretty sure if I need it. Oh, it says this is double. Why are you sending me an integer? So we can just use the parse ints and put everything in that parse ints. This is a different typecasting stuff. Let me just take this. I'm just gonna leave this like this, and then the result will be, let me just change this to integer, and everything is gonna be working again. That's a really cool fact to solve this problem, and it's actually creating a class, and it put let me see the ChatGPT solution. You know, it's creating and it's putting all the combinations inside the grades, and it's taking the letter grades. Actually, that's really interesting part, and it's creating a data structures which is hash map, integer, character, and grade map. That's actually not for the beginners, you know, like that's not for the easy ones. Yeah, of course we can use the hash map, but the problem is they don't want us to use hash map. They want us to use the switch statement, the statements, you know, the conditional statements like if else or something else. But that's a really cool solution for, you know, for not a beginner, but maybe like for the medium type of developer. It's a really cool solution. It's cool to see other perspectives from ChatGPT, and that's really cool side of using ChatGPT. And this really gives you the efficiency and also different perspectives to see. That's actually what I can do for the student grades. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you liked this video. I'm gonna share more questions, and I'm gonna share that how I solve these questions in next videos. Can you subscribe me if you want to support me, or if you have any question in your mind, just ask me in the comments. Okay, thank you for anything, guys. See you again.